And joining us now is One Nation leader Pauline Hanson and Barnaby Joyce, Nationals MP. Great to see you both. Thanks for coming on The World According to Rowan Dean. Now, Labor has shown its true colours by effectively blaming regional Australians for the failure to get large-scale renewable energy projects off the ground quickly. More than that, regional Australians were described as silly billies by Science Minister Tim Ayres. Have a look.
We are building electricity generation hand over fist here. The big obstacle to transmission projects in the regions. It's the silly billies wandering around, stoking fear, stoking resentment.
And today at the Bush Summit, both Albanese and Jacinta Allen, the Victorian Premier, were heckled at the summit while talking about renewables and net zero. Have a listen to Albanese here.
Now someone wants to build a coal-fired power station, they can go and do it. The market's determined that it doesn't stack up. We need...
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
So...
Please, audience.
And the cheapest form of new energy is renewables.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to stop if you keep interjecting.
But I won't bullshit people. I won't say...
So, Barnaby, are you a silly billy out there in the regions for opposing net zero? The momentum does seem to be shifting, certainly in the regions, against renewables.
It's shifting in the regions. Ronan is shifting in the cities. The other day I was on Talkback in Sydney. 500 emails came in after I'd concluded, and basically saying that net zero is a complete and utter load of tripe. Let's just go through it in seriatim what the Science Minister just said. If he believes that they're not renewables, they're intermittent, that's a wonderful nomenclature they use to try and, in this propaganda to push it down our throats, then why is it that China is building 275 gigawatts of coal? We've only got 22 gigawatts in total of coal-fired power in Australia. They're building a new 275 gigawatts. Are the Chinese all stupid? Can they not do economics? Is it just like the Indians? Apparently they can't do economics. Or the Indonesians? Or the United States getting out of net zero? Are they just crazy at economics? Are we the only geniuses, Tim Ayres, on the planet? And everybody else is stupid. Well, I'll show you how good our genius is. We can't even make the intermittent wind towers and solar panels. But we believe that we'll be the first nation on the planet to run an economy on intermittent wind and intermittent solar. It is just a part of the propaganda. Follow the money. This is not about economics, except the economics of the billionaires who are going to become multiple billionaires and the foreign companies who are going to make billions out of the secret agreements, the secret capacity investment scheme agreements, to build a completely unaffordable form of electricity. If this is so cheap, Mr Albanese and Mr Ayres, why is our power bill going through the roof in direct correlation with the more and more intermittents that come on board? And of course, in regional areas, silly billies are the pejorative, basically calling us hillbillies. Well, that's just arrogance, absolute and utter arrogance from a Labor Party which has evolved into the sort of the upper echelons, the intelligentsia, you know, the sort of the Stalinist clique who looks down at the baying masses and basically spits on them.
Pauline, were you surprised to see Albanese get heckled at today's Bush Summit?
No, I thought it's wonderful. I loved it. I'm glad Australians are pushing back because he doesn't deserve the respect the position as Prime Minister does. He doesn't, because he's completely ignoring the people out there, disregarding them with this net zero rubbish, the scam that's going on, high immigration, destroying the communities, the farming sector having put in all these transmission lines, and they've got no say anymore. People's rights have been stripped away from them, and that's why they've had enough.
Pauline, the Iranian ambassador to Australia, has left the country after being expelled by the Albanese government following shocking revelations that Iran was behind at least two of the anti-Semitic attacks on our soil. The outgoing ambassador has denied the country is involved in any wrongdoing. But Pauline, now this is the point, you predicted back in 2023 just how dangerous Iran is. Take a look.
Yeah. Australia must also re-examine its relationship with the regime in Iran, the financier and supplier of Islamic terror across the world. At the very least, our diplomatic presence in Tehran must be withdrawn and any Iranian diplomat should be expelled from our country.
You were there first. Coalition was also calling as well for the Iranian Guards to be prescribed as a terrorist organisation. Why does it take Albanese and the Labor Party? Why are they so tone deaf on anything to do with Iran and anything to do with supporting Palestine and so on?
Because they want the backing from the Muslims. The fundamentalist Muslims in this country are backing them. And so therefore a lot of these electorates are for the Labor vote, especially Tony Burke's and these other ones, and Jason Clare all depend on the Muslim vote. I will keep saying it, and I've been saying it for years. I am in fear for the people that we've brought in the country are not compatible with our country and our lifestyle. I'm very strong on this, Rowan, and we're going to see the destruction of our country more undermining and the division that's going to happen with the types of people we're allowing in the country, and they will keep pushing their agenda. And if we don't have strong government, strong leaders pushing back, we've lost our country.
I couldn't agree with you more, Pauline. Now, to some shocking claims that a lobbyist was reportedly offered $400,000 to silence Barnaby Joyce. And nobody's ever managed to silence Barnaby Joyce. But anyway, over criticism of net zero. It apparently happened a couple of years ago, and the Deputy Prime Minister was not directly offered the money. Barnaby, tell us about this. This is a great story.
Oh, well, it is as I've said it, basically. Respected lobbyists came in, and there were other people in the meeting who can confirm it and said, you know, I've just been offered, I thought he said 600,000, but other people in the meeting said before 400,000. If you just shut up, Barnaby, you know, thought about it, I said, you should go back to that person and say, for half the money, you'll try your best. And, but, you know, it just goes to show you what sort of money is flushing around in this show. And he wasn't bribing me. He was basically saying, isn't this amazing, right? But this just shows you the money that's flushing around this show, and this idea that, oh, you know, anybody involved in the intermittent power industry is pure and it's all about global warming and it's just about saving the environment. I mean, work it out, guys.
Pauline and Barnaby, always great to chat to you both. Thanks so much for coming on The World's According to Rowan Dean.